My car's driver's side power window has had a grinding sound for some years. I'm going to take things apart and see if I can fix it in the most cost-effective way possible. See what that is next. Looking at the door I'm about to take apart, only 2 screws have to be removed along with the plastic cover just inside of where the side view mirror is. When looking for a way to open up the motor, I noticed there's an upper and lower half. Luckily, the upper half has a protruding square eyelet that seems strong enough to rest on the edge of my table saw. With the eyelet on the table edge, I can tap lightly on the metal shaft with a hammer and it'll push down on the lower half of the motor, causing it to separate. Here's the motor with the attached gears removed as a complete unit and flipped over to the right. Here's the worm gear the motor will turn one way or another to open or close the window. It will turn this gear on the top, which is connected to the gear underneath of it. That gear will turn this bigger gear, which is connected to the starlight gear on top of it, which fits into where I removed it from the door. The easiest solution is to buy a new motor to replace the old one. This is probably what the dealership would do if I took my car in to fix the power window. Since I was able to disassemble the motor, I can avoid this costly type of repair. With the motor disassembled, I have access to all the gears, including the damaged one. I could also replace just the damaged gear for a reasonable price. This is definitely a tempting option. Related to buying just the damaged gear, I could also make a replacement gear. I don't have a 3D printer, but I am thinking about making this gear by hand. If I can come up with a plan of how I'll do this, I might give it a try. Something I will start out with is a manual crank to roll the window up and down. This is old school, but I feel it's the most reliable. No worries about short circuits, but there will still be a plastic gear. Considering my last 3 cars had driver's side windows that failed after some time, I'm really thinking this is a better solution. In time, I'll see if this temporary solution becomes permanent. For my hand crank window opener to work, I do need this gear from the power window motor. The reason I need this gear is because it has the matching octagon to mate with the octagon on the door pulley that rolls the window up and down. Right now, there's nothing holding the pulley in place, so I have to temporarily use the motor bolts to secure it while I work on the hand crank construction. In this shot, I put a drill bit in the gear, then mounted the gear into the pulley. This will help me find where on the door panel I need to cut a hole for the hand crank to come through. I drilled multiple holes to confirm where the crank will protrude through the door panel. I used a mechanical pencil in place of the drill bit since the pencil was able to stick out through the hole and I could more easily see exactly where the larger hole needs to be cut. To drill the hole for the hand crank, I'm using a hole saw. To get the alignment correct, I've drilled the same size hole in a block of wood and will use it to keep the hole saw from moving around on the door panel as I drill. I decided to also use the motor housing for my manual crank. The housing will help to align the gear and it'll also be a perfect fit for the original bolts holding the pulley in place. I had to drill a hole through the housing, so the PVC I plan to make the manual crank from will fit. I cut slots into the end of the PVC so it will fit into the center of the gear. I started the cut with a utility knife, switched to a hacksaw to get a deeper and wider cut, and finally switched to a grinding wheel to get the final depth and width. I made a sleeve using one end of a joint. The sleeve will keep the PVC from coming out of the housing once the housing is closed up. To give you a better idea of how all the pieces come together, here's the assembly of the housing, gear, and PVC parts. Here's how the manual window crank attaches to the door. I've already attached the handle to the gear and shaft so I can demonstrate how it works. 3 bolts hold it to the door, but the anchor that the bolts screw into are very fragile, probably from wear and tear. Once I mount it this time, I'll probably leave it in place permanently. I'll hang the door panel to demonstrate how the crank protrudes through it and how the handle is mounted. The handle is usually secured to the shaft with a screw, but I'll skip that step for now because I still have some off-camera work to do to the door panel before I can finish putting the door back together. The PVC window crank is not fully assembled yet, but this is basically how it should work. Rolling the window down is fine because gravity is helping the window roll down. Rolling up requires a little more effort, so the crank is slipping because I did not screw the handle to the shaft yet. Besides the handle slipping, it does work. I'm so relieved that I can finally roll down my window again. For the past couple of years, instead of rolling down the window, I've had to open the door whenever I drive up to parking attendants. Using a crank is not a technologically advanced means of opening and closing a window, but it does work, and I'm sure it'll work reliably for a very long time. In remembering how long ago these cranks were last used abundantly on cars, I also remember there was an issue with them. At one point, people were breaking into cars by using the friction of their hands on the window and pushing it down. I haven't tested this yet, but when rolling the window down, it's so easy that it does seem like it would be possible. I will be locking the handle in place somehow to prevent that. Maybe this DIY repair is something you might consider for fixing your car's power window. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below. That's all I have for now, and I will catch you in the next video.